That's a horrible note. It's a horrible note. So they say take it down a half step. That's much better. They say play it again if you make a mistake. Are you used to it yet? I'm not used to it yet. But it's front porch Thursday. Yeah, oh, I see Patty. I see our guest in the green room. Oh yeah, she's gone now. It's a teaser. Well, see, Tay had her COVID shot yesterday, so that was just like a... Let us know if you've got your vaccine, and if there's any tricks to finding a place. I did Walgreens, and that worked out pretty good. I mean, we did Walgreens. I'm going to do Walgreens today. Can you believe we're talking about doing Walgreens? Front Porch Thursday. A couple of shout outs. First of all, thank you for tuning in. I have a question. If you're here because you actually got a reminder email from me this morning at 11 o'clock, or if you got a Bands in Town message from me this morning at 8 o'clock, would you just give me a hello? Yes, here because I got an email, or here because I got Bands in Town. Just because I'm trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And it really helps me. So I appreciate that. Swallowed my saliva. That's not good. What else to say? Shout out. I hear that. I hear the phone, Tay. So I bought Tay these really awesome headphones. Someday she'll come in the picture and show you. They're like, bah! Mostly for drummers. And what it means is that she doesn't hear, she doesn't want to hear what's going on in the room because she's listening to the delayed signal from that you're hearing and da-da-da. But what it also means is she doesn't realize when things are happening, like my phone is really loud sitting right there and I'm hearing it, da-da-da. So we still do need an assistant for Tay. So if anyone wants to come to work here in Ararat, the only requirement is, two requirements. You need to know audio stuff or video, video. And the second requirement is you need to work in your bathrobe because that's how Tay works. That's just the way it is here. When we get back out on the porch in the summer, I don't know if we'll still be bathrobing it, but for now, she's bathrobing it. Shout out to our nephew Jake Hoyle. He is in Russia. He is a fencer. He's #1 in the country, if we forgot to mention that at some point in time. He was ready to be on the Olympic team when COVID hit. So he is now in Russia, and I have all this jargon wrong, so forgive me. The point being, he's qualifying for the Olympics. This is the final qualifying event, I think, is how you would say it. We're going to be watching him at 2 a.m., I think, tonight to get through this first bout or this first round or this first whatever the right word is. And then Sunday, we're going to watch him slam it home. So shouting out to you, Jake, if you're watching this, know we're all thinking about you. We had a rough moment this morning, and this is a shout out to Tay's sister, Dana. And this morning we lost our little doggy, her little doggy, Pignon. And Pignon was a Texas dog, and so there's not only Pignon for the sake of Pignon and her sweetness, but Pignon was a connection to Texas and my brother and his wife and their house. We were house sitting, me, Dana, and Tay, 2005, the summer, and I heard a squawking from under one of the cars, I guess one of my brother's car. I didn't know if it was a chicken or a what. I didn't know what it was, and I'm screaming for Dana and Tay to come. I don't know what's under the car, but it's screaming and it's alive and it needs help. And there was Pignon, and she was covered with, I think, fire ants, covered with fleas, tiny, teeny baby, and had a broken leg. And we later found the rest of her family, all of whom had been just thrown out of a car. Really, really, really tragic. But Pignon couldn't walk around, so she got left behind. We found her. Dana picked her up, and that was it. Love at first sight. They knew they were meant for each other. And then Dana brought Pignon back from Texas to North Carolina. So our hearts are with you, Dana, Dennis. There's the 3 dogs. We've lost Picatine, who's the white one in front there. That was Tay's mom's dog. We lost Pignon today. And Lucky is the remaining cousin. And heart's heavy today for that. Okay. I'm going to do a song that's totally off the cuff. Do you say on the cuff or off the cuff? I think off the cuff. I played this song when I was a kid with my brother. Tay played it in her band when she was young. It's a Grateful Dead song. Y'all probably know it. Friend of the Devil. We just finished watching The One on Netflix, which I highly recommend. It's just one season, but it's really cool. Crazy, sci-fi-ish. Anyway, the last episode, the final scene, it's a montage of all the different stories that are going on and leaving you until whatever happens next. And this song comes on. The woman who's singing it is Connor Desai, and I did not put her in the links. I will add her later. Connor, Connor, Desai, Desai, I believe. Find her music. I love her voice. This arrangement was so profound. It was anyway. So I'm doing my own take on her arrangement, which as opposed to a uppity kind of no, it's real sultry and real moody. Share this while we're live. You can win an M bass from Gold Tone. Please share it. I lit out from Reno. I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep last night till morning came around. I set out running, but I take my time. Friend, the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep. I just might get some sleep tonight. Ran into the devil and he loaned me 20 bills. Took my $20, oh, wrong lyric. Ran into the devil, the devil caught me there. Took my $20 bill and he vanished in the air. I sit out, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep tonight. Got 2 reasons why I cry way too long tonight. First one's named Sweet Anne Marie, and she's my heart's delight. The second one is Prison Baby. The sheriff's on my trail, and if he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail. Well, I got a wife in Chino, baby, one in Cherokee. First one says she's got my child, but it don't look like me. Oh, I started running, but I take my time. The friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, I just might get some sleep. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home, check out Connor. She's awesome. That's just my little tribute to the song in her style. All right, you guys. We have one more day. You have one more day to, if you're interested in registering for the Guitar Cloud Symposium Deep Dive coming up this Saturday, the 20th. This is for those of you who are thinking about gigs are going to be opening up. Maybe you're interested in, maybe you've got a tribute band, maybe you're in a cover band, maybe you want to be a gun for hire, and Yeah, so this is a very, very cool lineup of people sharing stuff. We got Kat Dyson, who played with Prince. We got Jennifer Batten, who played with Michael Jackson and Jeff Beck. We've got Pete Thorne, Mundo Jewelry, Jason Fellman. He's a booking agent who can kind of lead you into all the cool things about how to get the attention of a booking agent. Anyway, Getting the Good Gigs is still available. It's a day-long thing. It's a deep dive. It's going to be awesome. I know my butt is sitting in, even though I'm not teaching this time around. And we also do have April. Our 4-day weekend is on sale as well. So Guitar Cloud Symposium, check it out. I mean it. Okay, I told you should share. You should share this. You could win this, remember? Dropping that. You could win this, baby, which I'm so in love with. Can you hear it? Yeah, these are like rubber strings, but they're so cool. There is a house in New Orleans, she called the rising sun. Yeah, cool. So, share it. I keep track of who shares it, put you on a list. If you share 10 times, you're on the list 10 times. Then we do a drawing, and you win. All right, a couple stories. I'm Vicki Genfan. This is Front Porch Thursday. We are here every Thursday from 12 to 1 in the afternoon. We're thinking about going into an evening slot because some people are back to work. Does that make sense? If you'd like an evening spot for Front Porch Thursday, say evening spot. Let us know. We really don't know. We might just try it and see what happens. A lot of this is just throwing it out, seeing what happens. Your feedback is really awesome. Any of you who are here because of Patty Larkin being here today, welcome. I'm so thrilled that you're joining us. I love Patty so much, and I love her music and everything that she does. So there you have it. Glad that you're here too. Here's a couple stories. It's still Women's History Month, and yesterday was St. Patty's Day. So to me, that means we should talk about beer. And Tay found this story last week, and I love it. You may already know this. You may not. Up until the 1500s, brewing was primarily women's work. Hello. That is until a smear campaign accused women brewers of being witches. Much of the iconography we associate with witches today, from the pointy hat to the broom, may have emerged from their connection to female brewers. That's pretty cool. I never even thought about that. Humans have been drinking beer for almost 7,000 years, and the original brewers were women. From the Vikings to the Egyptians, women brewed beer both for religious ceremonies and to make a practical, calorie-rich beverage for the home. In fact, the nun, you may know, Hildegard von Bingen, who lived in modern-day Germany, famously wrote about hops in the 12th century and added the ingredient to her recipe. So before Hildegard, there was no hops in beer, is what I'm learning. From the Stone Age to the 1700s, ale, and then later, oh, this is so cool. Do you know that women brewers were called alewives? Alewives. I looked up alewives and found that it's actually a bird. But anyway, alewives. From the Stone Age to the 1700s, ale and later beer was a household staple for most families in England and other parts of Europe. Okay, so some enterprising women, because the beverage was such a common part of the average person's diet, fermenting was, for many women, one of their normal household tasks. Some enterprising women took this skill to the marketplace and began selling beer. Widows or unmarried women used their fermentation prowess. Do you love that phrase? Fermentation prowess. I need a bumper sticker. Fermentation prowess. My God, I love that. To earn some extra money, while married women partnered with their husbands, of course, to run their beer business. So if you traveled back in time to the Middle Ages or the Renaissance and went to the market in England, you'd probably see an oddly familiar sight. Women wearing tall, pointy hats, and in many instances, they'd be standing in front of big cauldrons. But these women were not witches, they were brewers. Or maybe you call them breweresses. They were the tall, pointy hats. They wore the tall, pointy hats so that their customers could see them in the crowded marketplace. They transported their brew in cauldrons, and those who sold their beer out of stores had cats, not as demon familiars, but to keep mice away from the grain. It all makes such good sense. Some argue that the iconography we associate with witches, from the pointy hat to the cauldron, originated from women working as master brewers. Now, I'm not going to read the rest of this thing, but the sad ending is that at some point in time, when the Reformation began, men were threatened, and they took it over. And that's really the end of that story. But who knew about that? Really cool stuff. You have a link if you want to read more. I linked to a really, really cool article that goes like way deep into the history. The article was written a while ago, but it's very, very in-depth. And I don't know if my nephew Grayson is watching. I like beer. What do you like? What do you like to drink? Okay. In music news, people, you may have seen this, you may have heard it. We're not going to play the video, but there's a link. Yo-Yo Ma. How can you not love Yo-Yo Ma? After he gets his second vaccination, COVID vaccination, whips out the cello and starts playing wherever he was, in Massachusetts. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a beautiful, watch the video if you haven't yet, because it's just beautiful to see that space fill up with that sound from that amazing human. Yeah, Yo-Yo Ma's done such amazing stuff, and especially this year. Okay, it's time for Kelly. It's time for Kelly. Well,
put your headphones.
I'm going to put my headphones on so I can hear you, Kel. Bada boom, bada boom. Hey.
Hi, Vicki.
Hi, Kelly.
This is Kelly Bedwell reporting to you from WKFU, your Brooklyn weather station. Hi, I'm not in Brooklyn. I'm at my my home up in the country. It's actually my girlfriend's house, which I'm very lucky to be a part of. Even that's a dumb thing to say. No. Anyway, it's a beautiful house inside, a beautiful energy, and a real nice respite during the times of COVID. I just feel very lucky. Anyway, it's beautiful up here, about 2.5 hours, 2 hours from Manhattan, something like that. As a little aside, people who live in Manhattan or have been there a long time call this the country. Now, I always laugh at that. We're going up to the country. I mean, the country to me is more like where Vicki and Tay live, especially when you go up in the woods and the mountains, all that. So anyway, I wasn't planning on saying that, but that's how I am. So let me report the weather. Here in Philmont, it's raining. So that's why I'm just at the house, so I can go right back inside. 39 degrees, high of 44, low of 21 with a real feel of 3. What? So, but we have some nice weather coming, and we're high in the 60s, and spring is coming. In fact, spring roars in on Saturday, March 20th at 5:47 a.m. here in the Northern Hemisphere. East Coast. All right, so in Pilot Mountain, it's raining, or they're getting kind of a big storm, which has sort of raged through Alabama and Mississippi. There were some tornadoes, some property damage, but as far as I know, no loss of life. It's currently 48 degrees, high of 62, low of 47, and they're going to get some nice weather heading into the high 60s, possibly 70 one day next week. Weather in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I looked that up. That's where Patty Larkin grew up, I think. 38 degrees, high of 42, low of 32. And their weather this coming week is just in the 40s and 50s. All right, so here's the topic for today. What happened to acid rain? Those of us older folks remember that in the 70s and 80s, that was the topic, sort of, which has been replaced by climate change, global warming, take care of the earth, etc. So I read an article in Britannica.com. Remember that, when salesmen used to come to our house and sell us the encyclopedia, and it would arrive in volumes. I mean, for somebody like me, very exciting. For some people, like, oh God, no, my parents are going to make me look at that. So anyway, the real name for acid rain is acid deposition. And it also comes in the form of snow, sleet, hail, and fog. There's also, I don't know what's called, dry deposition. So it's not just in the in precipitation. Acid rain is acidic if the pH is below 52. Neutral pH of water is 7, although it does run, water does run a little bit acid. Guess what it's caused by? The burning of fossil fuels, the usual problem. Also, metal ores and some volcanic activity, which is nothing we can do about that. So, yeah, caused by nitrogen oxides. And the problem is largely abated, which means it's not really a problem so much anymore in Europe and North America due to stronger emission controls, and that was from the Clean Air Act. I can't remember when that was because I didn't write it down. It's still a problem in India and China, as well as Africa and Latin America, although I don't know, is Latin America a real term? Anyway, that's my report for today. Getting wet over here. Anything else, Vicki? Oh, I wanted to say one more thing. Okay. I wanted to just tell Dana, who is one of my biggest fans, including that group includes Leslie and Rowie.
Yes.
Dana, I'm really sorry about Pignon. I know it's so difficult. So just want to let you know.
Thanks.
Anyway, this is Kelly Bedwell reporting to you from WKFU, New York weather. Bye.
Thank you, Kelly. All right. Thank you so much, Kelly Bedwell. There's some links. You're going to see links for a really beautiful story that we're not going to go into today because I want to bring Patty on soon. But that story is about a World War II veteran who was in the Army, the Air Force band, and they were kind of there at the end of World War II, and they decided to. They were nearby the fields, actually, the fighting, which I didn't really realize that's what you did in a band in the Air Force. Anyway, the story, which again I'm not going to go into too deep details, but they make a recording. They set up a recording studio in a tent after World War II has ended, and they record 10 songs. And this guy, who's a trumpet player, brings the tapes home and presses them into 78s. He proceeds to have a family and grandkids and da-da-da. He doesn't know where the 78s are anymore. He can't find them. And his grandson finds them after he's passed away. There's, along with the actual 78s, there's a film, some 8mm film footage that the guys just took, really amateur film footage, but just of all the people playing. It's really precious, really amazing. The recordings sound incredible. Anyway, so the grandkid doesn't really know what to do. He eventually hooks up with a couple of engineers. They put all the material together, the music, the film, and they're going to enter it in 2022 for the Grammys. I think there's a category of music, like for historical musical project or something like that. So the link is in there. It's really cool. Listen to the stuff. You will love it. All right. I'm so thrilled to have Patty here today. I'm going to talk a little about her, behind her back. As I develop my guitar style and being a singer-songwriter and stuff, and doing this slap tappy thing and open tunings, and there were a bunch of people that were doing instrumental guitar music, and then there were a billion zillion people who were singer-songwriters, especially like women. There were a billion women being singer-songwriters, and I was like, God, where are the people that are doing what I'm doing, like a strange guitar thing, and also being singer-songwriters, not just being instrumentals? And really, throughout my, formative years developing my style and starting to perform out, Patty Larkin was the one who I thought to myself, like, yes, I feel like I'm more in that direction than anyone else I can think of. And people always ask you, who do you sound like? Who do you like? What do you, if you had to be in a category, and Patty was the one because she not only was an amazing singer-songwriter, incredible vocalist, but her guitar stuff was way cool, And I'll ask her more about that because I don't really know all of what she does on guitar, except for she is a really incredible guitarist, underrated for that. Electric, acoustic. Patty's also an amazing producer, and at some point I'd really like her to produce something of mine. Love the way all of her recordings sound, and just, what else can I say great about Patty except I'm just have enormous respect and for what she's done and who she is. I stalked her at one point, which I feel really a little bad about, but sometimes you have to do stuff like that to make yourself known. Went to many gigs going, hi, I'm Vicki, hi, I'm Vicki, hi, I'm Vicki, do you know me, I'm Vicki? And finally she said, all right, I know you, shut up, ready to get out. And I shoved my way onto that wonderful project she did called La Guitarra, which she could we'll talk about later. But anyway, honored to have you here, Patty Larkin. Tell me to shut up, just come out and say hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Thank you, Vicki. Good to be here.
Thank you. Can I have more Patty in my headphones, please?
More Patty.
Yeah. So Tay is like a mad scientist over there. She's like, this monitoring system, that monitoring system. I wish we just have to film it someday and show everybody. But you're here, and where are you in geography land? Where are you right now?
Cape Cod. So here it looks kind of like that, but real. And the tip of Cape Cod, sort of where most of the storms land. The nor'easters come right sort of down the block. But yeah, we're really lucky. We've been locked down, semi-locked down with 2 teenagers, and they're free range-ish, going to school.
Free range.
Hybrid school, and it's pretty much the same thing I've always done, which is get up and play guitar and practice and write and do the business into things, and then but not tour. So it's been sort of the same except strange. So it's glad to be here and see live people like you.
Yeah. How many years were you on the road?
Oh, 89, I think. By the time the last Holiday Inn. Really, so my first album came out in 85, and I probably 87, 88 started doing more national stuff. It was very regional for me in New England. Yeah. So whatever that amounts to, I think it's coming into the 40-year mark. But lots of, it's really kind of what I do, and looking forward to doing it again.
Did you find that there were some things that either came through you or happened to you creatively and artistically because you were not touring this year?
Panic.
Yeah, I think most of us can relate.
Depression. I think, actually, to be honest, it was really coming back to the work and practicing. A lot of times, Greg Brown has a song, and he says that his bag is always, he leaves it packed, in the corner. And it's not always exactly like that, because I try to do the laundry in between, but it gets into this cyclical thing of, well, of course I can't see these people, so because I'm about to go on the road, or I'll be on the road, or God, there's a rhythm you get when you've done a few gigs in a row, and it just falls into your fingers. And so if to have the moment to practice, go deeper into my my book of songs has been really interesting. And I go to lyric.com a lot and try to figure out what tuning I'm using, that kind of thing. But, so that's been good. That's been a good part.
Yeah. If any of you have not heard Patty's music, you should. I don't even know what to say to you. Immediately listen after the show. Go get something.
You're about to hear it.
You got 11 studio CDs, I heard, and 2 lives. Is that where you're up to at this point?
I believe there's 12 studio albums now
Wow.
because I have Bird in a Cage came out March 3rd.
And
the
that's your
tour
most-
ended March 8th, 2020. But
Wow.
yeah, so I'm still promoting that.
Wow.
It's a collection of poems that I set to song.
I love that idea. We actually saw something. We saw a virtual presentation of that back in, I guess, March or sometime, or April. I don't know when you did that. That was really
I think the summer with the poets.
with the poets. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Wow. What a cool project.
Yeah.
I want you to
Anyhow,
talk more about it, but I also want you to play something.
Okay.
Will you start by playing something?
I'm plugged in. Let's see. It's called Italian Shoes. He wore Italian shoes, like that's supposed to mean something. I mean, I could wear Italian shoes too, and it wouldn't mean a thing to me, except maybe the first time I wore them, I was trying to get to you. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to get to you, it's like I'm trying to be with you. It's not like I'm trying because you know I wanna be. And it's not like I wanna be with you because I already am with you. Not like I am with you because I'm far away. What I'm trying to say, she had the hair of a star, like that's supposed to mean something. I mean, I could make my hair look real good too, and it wouldn't mean a thing to me, except maybe if it turned out perfect, and it turned out that I got to you. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to be a star for you, it's like I'm trying to be with you. It's not like I'm trying because you know I want to be. And it's not like I want to be with you because I already am with you. Not like I am with you because I'm far away. What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say. You could tell me I love you like that's supposed to mean something. I mean, I could always say I love you too, and it wouldn't mean a thing to me, 'cause every time I'd say it, I'd probably fall in love with you. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to fall for you, it's like I'm trying to be with you. And it's not like I'm trying because you know I want to be. And it's not like I want to be with you because I already am with you. Not like I am with you because I'm far away. What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say. Grazie, grazie, molto grazie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bene.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, I love that song. I love
Thank
that
you.
song. I haven't heard that in a long time.
No, me either.
Well, you did a great job, darling. Let me tell you, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, there's just something so. I don't even know. Conversational is not really the word for it, but just your lyric writing is really, it's inspiring to me. It's like when I listen to your lyrics, I think, oh, it's not so hard to write good lyrics. But then I try to write good lyrics, but then I listen to you and I go, see, it's not like I'm trying to write good lyrics or anything. I'm just, because I already am with you. No.
Well done. Yeah, that's a fun song to sing just because it's to people sort of, as I'm singing it live, people sort of start to get the joke halfway through. It's fun though. Kind of a wordplay song. Um, and but no, I think the lyric writing part of things is really tough. You know, I always say if you take the guitar away, it's just you can just make a beautiful song terrible by reciting it sometimes. I think it's really the hardest part.
It is for me.
Yeah, me too.
What got you into open tunings? How did that happen for you?
Joni Mitchell.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. There was somebody, I went to college, and there was a young woman who was fantastic, and she was singing, I don't think it was Big Yellow Taxi, because it was even before that, but she had an open G tuning. Like, what the heck is that? And my younger sister, Sheila, both my sisters are pianists, but she was able to listen to Joni Mitchell and figure out the tunings she was playing in. So, but drop D, you know, that kind of thing, and getting into John Renbourn and Bruce Coburn and Richard Thompson, those guys, those dudes that are so amazing at what they do. And it's kind of a slippery slope, though. I don't know if you find that. I was going to ask you what your favorite open tuning is, because I'm trying. What I've been doing is tuning everything down, or if I'm having trouble writing something, I'll just tune standard down to A or B or something, and then now I need 8 guitars to play a gig.
I do hear you on that. Yeah, yeah.
What's your fave?
I keep saying my favorite is the C minor 11 that I do.
Oh,
And
I'll have to look that up on your website. Is that on your site?
no,
I'm a C7, C9, C major 9. I like those.
Oh yeah, and I have a C major 6/9. That's also one of my favorites. I'm curious about how your C major 9 is. They're like, you know, they're just like doorways to new places. Yeah.
I remember playing. There was some song we played on the La Guitarra tour that I went into your tuning or something. I can't remember, of course, what it was.
You went into my tuning.
Let's look at the video. Yeah, we were playing something together. I don't know what the song was, but it was really good. Whatever it was, Vicki, it was really good.
Oh, cool.
It's too bad I missed it.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't write that. I probably wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah, that reminds me of that saying. I spent most of my life a short distance away from myself. God, there's just so many things. So the latest CD you've done is the poetry project.
Yep.
And it's not your poetry.
No.
How come?
Look, I even have the item.
Yeah, you do it.
Bird in a Cage. I've been teaching at the Fine Arts Work Center, which is in Provincetown, Mass. That's at the tip of Cape Cod. And they had me teaching lyric writing. It was called lyric, so I came up with the title. And they wedged me during Poetry Week, because they don't really officially have music, although we did do concerts there for a while. And so I was meeting Marie Howe, Nick Flynn, Robert Pinsky, Natalie Diaz, Kelly Groom is in charge of the summer program there. And I would go to I want to call them open mic nights, but they'd have these, talks, basically. Yeah. And listen to the poets read their work, and then listen to the students read their work. At the Thursday night, they would have you had to do a performance of what you had been working on that week. Mm-hmm. And it just blew me away. And my last CD, Still Green, I took a Kay Ryan poem and I set that to music. And that I started trundling down that road. And I also like to read poetry before I write in the mornings, because it helps you with words and thoughts. It's a good jump starter and inspirational thing. And so I just started doing that, and put a Stanley Kunitz piece of one of his poems to music, and then another one. And I had been doing instrumentals and writing songs for a new project, and this just became the focus for a couple of years, more than that really. But it was really, really fun, because, just to take the words and how the cadence falls, and it's not in song form. Right. So a lot of times I would take a part of the poem and make that the chorus, and then there's a Natalie Diaz poem that the line did not fit into the song that I had written for it.
Right.
So I just added another, it's like, blues man would do, I just added another measure. And, but it was just really fun to write like that for a year or two.
Wow. Are you able to do will you do one of those songs for us?
Yeah, I'll do that after this one because I
Okay.
just tuned for this one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'd love to. Yeah. Come on, do
Yeah, do this one.
this one, otherwise known as The Book I'm Not Reading. Here.
Great song.
The book I'm not reading is riveting. The book I'm not reading keeps me up at night. The book I'm not reading is better than TV, giving me insights. The book I'm not reading is history. The book I'm not reading by some paperback writer. The book I'm not reading is a mystery. Who done it don't matter. I need someone to read me stories. Oh, someone to turn the page. Oh, the endless quest for love and glory. Does not fade away with age. The book I'm not reading is an ancient tome. The book I'm not reading was born yesterday. The book I'm not reading keeps me off the phone with nothing to say. The book I'm not reading is a self-help kind. The book I'm not reading has a life jacket enclosed. The book I'm not reading is a friend of mine. God knows we need those. I need someone to read me stories. Someone to turn the page. The endless quest for love and glory does not fade away with age. The book I'm not reading is on the internet. The book I'm not reading is a brand new movie. The book I'm not reading isn't out yet. It's all new to me. The book I'm not reading isn't written down. The book I'm not reading is an English translation. The book I'm not reading should be read aloud. someone to turn the page. The endless quest for love and glory does not fade away with age. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, yes.
That's a good one for noon.
Another, it's a noon song, another one of my favorites. And why a book I'm not reading?
Well, because I was flying a lot, traveling a lot, and I had this amazing book in my bag. And when I would land and go to the gig, and when talking backstage or whatever, I'd talk about this. Well, the book I'm reading is the blah blah blah. And after a couple weeks, I realized it's actually the book I'm not reading because I haven't cracked it. You know, I'm reading like People magazine or something. I don't know what I was reading.
Right. I love it. Great takeoff line for the lyric. That's really great. Have you come across any really new and great recipes during COVID that you want to share?
Oh gosh, so many. Well, I've been I've been looking at the New York Times home section, At Home, I think it's called, and they had one for cod and kimchi. I haven't tried that one yet, but that looks kind of good. I've never had kimchi, but I have had cod. Yeah, let's see. What have we been doing? I've been making, some chowders and soups. The whole family has a shellfish fishing license, and I'm the only one that's out in the flats these days. And I failed miserably in my last clamming expedition.
Oh no!
There's a lot of mud. But I've been doing soups and chowders and things like that. And then there's another one that I found that is quite good for vegetarians, where you take the sweet potato and microwave it. But if you don't have a microwave, you have to do the conventional alewife version of baking it.
Yes.
And then you scoop it out and you just mash it with like a half a cup of feta and a quarter cup of cilantro and throw it back in for 10 minutes to roast.
Oh,
a little bit of oil.
Oh,
and
love
it's
that.
impressive. It's very pretty.
Oh, I love that. I'm tasting that. That's really delicious. Yeah, cool.
So, how about you?
Recipes. God.
You've been making some soups.
I can't. I don't know if I've made anything new this year that I'm really excited about. But
We
God.
started doing roots.
What I love is when I make what I call an adult meal, and it has like a protein source of some kind, and then it has a couple of, side things. Yeah. I did one of those last night. It was really good. It was just baked salmon, rosemary and lemon. Rosemary, lemon, and olive oil, and you put the rosemary and lemon on the bottom of your roasting pan. Put the salmon on top, more lemon and rosemary on top, squeeze some lemon juice.
Oh, I'm totally there.
Bake it with the foil, wrapped in it, so it was really, really good. And then I made sweet potatoes and asparagus, and I'm like, oh my God, this is an adult meal. Because sometimes I just, we throw things together, and it's like a little of that, a little of that, a little of this, that. And I'm like,
I like the adult meal. I like it.
yeah.
Square mealish Midwesterner
Yep.
about it.
Yep. It's good. It's good. Trying
Not
to
the real napkins.
trying to really devour as many sweet potatoes as I can. I love sweet
They're really
potatoes
good
so
too.
much.
I accidentally put lemon on it.
Tay accidentally put lemon on a sweet potato and said to die for. Try it.
I'll throw that into that feta thing.
Yep. Hey, I'm Vicki Genfan if you're just tuning in. And my guest today, my musical guest is Patty Larkin. How lucky am I and are you?
Ditto.
We're on Front Porch Thursday, and we do this every week. We're on episode 46, something like that. And
That's amazing.
you can win an M-Bass. You can win this cool little M-Bass if you share this live. Share it while we're live.
I was
Gold
gonna ask you,
tone.
does that have a pickup in it?
It does. I haven't even plugged it in, and I love it.
You know, it's killer with the pickup because I think I saw someone in a band playing with it. I was like, what the heck is that? And they were like, yeah, isn't this cool?
Yeah, I mean, it's so teeny. It's like a ukulele, but it's a bass, and I'll have to plug it in next
Sounds huge. Yeah, it really
week. Sounds
does.
huge.
Well, I'll do a poem song if we
Do a
have time.
poem song. Yes.
May Sarton is somebody that I've read for years. She has this journal, actually, nonfiction, and it's called A Journal of a Solitude. And I would open it up to sort of the approximate time or month or date that it was, and to see where she was at with her process of writing and being a human being on the planet. So I really wanted to get something of hers in this project. And this is called The Snowlight. That's called tuning. Let me just do a little bit more of that. Snowlight, swanlight, in the white on white light of a winter storm, my delight and your delight kept each other warm. In the snowlight, in the swanlight, in the white on white light of a winter storm, my delight and your delight kept each other warm. The next afternoon, and love gone so soon, I met myself alone in the windless calm, silenced at the bone after the white storm. In the snowlight, in the swanlight, in the white on white light of a winter storm, my delight and your delight kept each other warm. What more was to come from the cocoon in the silent room, pouring out white light, amaryllis bloom, opened in the night. In the snowlight, swanlight, in the white on white light of a winter storm, my delight and your delight kept each other warm. Will shone like some winter moon, a shadow of a swan, echoing the light after you were gone of our white on white. In the snow, in the snow, in the snow, in the snow. Snowlight, swanlight, white on white light of a winter storm, my delight and your delight kept each other
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
May Sarton words, yeah.
It's like you write differently when you're writing with someone else's lyrics.
Yeah, it forces you to.
It does.
There's a couple, I'm thinking of Natalie Diaz, Marie Howe. She has one, her last book of poetry is all based on the Mary Magdalene story, and Mary Magdalene on Romance. Magdalene on Romance is the story, title of it. But it just really turns your head, and they go places where I would never go. lyrically. You know, they go into a dark place or a light place. Or Robert Pinsky, I put in he did a translation of Dante's, entire book of Dante, and I pulled the Paradiso portion out of it, and but just the fact that this guy in Boston, professor, yes, but sat down and worked on this translation that's so beautiful. It's impressive. It's daunting, sort of. It's kind of like not depressing, but it's impressive. It's inspiring, really.
Yeah.
And you can do it. It's actually a songwriting technique as well. I mean, if you're into it, you just open up the book and just start playing the guitar and singing one line. Just keep repeating it, and it really takes you to a different place. You don't have to record it, but it brings you somewhere and can jumpstart.
Yeah. I've actually been in a writing group where we take a line from a poem as a starting point, and then we just free write.
Oh, I like that.
And
for songs or writing?
No, for just writing. And what I'm finding is in the free writing world, I'm really free, and I've really been loving coming up with some really. I love what I'm writing, but the minute I think about song, I freeze. So I need to have a one-on-one session with you.
Yeah, I would love to.
I do.
Yeah.
Patty's got a lot of projects, a lot of different albums. The guitar was a really fun thing. All female guitarists from all over the world, all different genres. I got to meet Kaki King there. I got to meet Jennifer Batten there. I got to, it was such a great album. Check out La Guitarra. But there's a link to Patty's website in our links, and do check out her various different things. You're an incredible electric guitarist too. I love your touch on electric guitar. I have a question for you. Like, if there was a project that you think is impossible but you would love to do, what would it be?
Oh, well, writing a musical.
Oh, cool.
And I think what my goal with the poem songs is to connect them with words or other little interludes, so that it becomes not a musical but a piece. One, there's 10 poems that I set to songs, so somehow connect those
Through music.
In a performance piece. Yeah.
Wow, cool.
But I think I don't think you become more fearful. I think I've become less enamored of myself. And you're sort of fearless when you're younger. So if you're listening and you're younger, you're watching and you're a younger writer, performer, just go. Just go as fast as you can, as hard as you can,
right.
For as long as you can.
Right.
Because the narcissism, sort of fades away after. Not that it's bad. It's actually good in terms of being a performer. Have that confidence. So I think that would be, a goal for me to put some songs into a performance piece. Yeah.
Love it. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be buying
How
a
about
ticket.
you?
Oh, you're not supposed to ask me the question. I'm asking you. What the hell? What the hell is this?
Get your COVID shot.
Oh, God, there's a lot of projects that I
Yeah.
think are impossible that I would love to do. One of them is to do a collaborative recording and concert with a lot of the artists who have appeared this year on our show. Kind of do a duet thing, but draw from the folks.
Oh, great idea. Yeah.
I really love co-writing and co-arranging and co-ing. I like co-ing. So and part of that is that you become less enamored with yourself. It's like you don't have to, and it is related in a way to your confidence. You don't have to be enamored with yourself anymore. You're okay with where you are and what you do. And now it's like, well, who else is around me? What else is there that I might enjoy? So
I think also that having this time, if you're able to have this time, many people are working really, really hard to allow us to survive this time.
Yes.
COVID. But so thank you for that. And for people who are, I would have thought that given a year, I would have, written 30 songs in my memoirs. But on the other hand, it can be a time of reflection and
Yes.
A very rich time to think, well, what else do I want to do if I'm not doing the thing I normally do?
Yep.
What else And so I think it's going to be bittersweet. It's going to be like hallelujah when we're free range, but
Yep.
it'll be like, wow, remember when we just sat around and talked over coffee in the morning, that kind of thing.
I
Those
know.
luxuries, you know.
I think there's a lot of musicians who have been very surprised about this time off from business as usual, and you know, there's a lot of I have found a lot of richness in it, as well
Good.
as
Well
panic
deserved.
and all those things. But
Yeah.
hey, let's do this song.
this song.
Patty's going to let me play on this beautiful, beautiful
Let's.
song. I want to make
Please
sure I'm in
join me.
tune with you. So play a little bit. Let me hear you.
Yeah, I'm in D flat because that's where I was. Drop D, D flat. You good?
Okay, I'm good. So as we
this
do.
would be a good idea about the return of the birds, return of the sandhill cranes down this
Yeah.
time of year. Hopefully the hummingbirds. You guys have them probably down there though.
We have hummingbirds, yes, and we have bird feeders, which we've
You
never been
put
here
'em in
to
a little-
really have.
Put them in a FedEx box and ship them back up here, would you?
This is an amazing song. Thanks for letting me play on it.
On their wings they are returning. On their wings they fly. Shadows fade, the sun is burning high. Every day the light stays longer. Every day you sigh. Shadows fade, you start to wave goodbye. If you're thinking of leaving, you're leaving at a very bad time. If you're thinking of leaving, you're leaving at a very bad time. Gray on gray, the sky is changing. Gray on gray, sunrise. Morning breaks, the crimson waits behind. Only love can end the yearning. Only love knows why. Only love the color of your If you're thinking of leaving, you're leaving at a very bad time. You're thinking of leaving, you're leaving at a very bad time. after fades, the sun is burning.
Wow.
Thank you, Vicki.
That just leaves me
Amazing player.
speechless. Are we done? Are we done? Is it time? Anyway, you're the best.
You are.
Thanks for being here. It was like one of the best silver linings of this time has been to get to have real communication with my fellow musical colleagues and friends along the road. So
Yeah.
it means a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for,
Bet was saying, you know, that it seems like that makes you me the happiest, is to talk to musicians and talk to you, and just to be able to do sound check with you and Tay and hang out the other day and talking for about an hour and a half afterwards. It's like that made my day, made my week.
Yeah, us too. Oh, so I just figured out my next impossible project. Instead of trying to do music and stuff.
The impossible dream.
All right.
Well,
What I want to do is have a meal with everyone who's been on the show.
oh, I think that's great.
That's my project.
Cook the same thing?
Yeah. No.
No. Just sit down. Have a sit down.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Virtual
Dinner
or
party.
sit down, I don't care. Just something. Just
The dinner party.
Yeah.
Chapter 2.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
we love ya.
And Tay Hoyle. Yeah.
Check
thank
out
you.
Patty
We will.
Larkin. Don't delay. And there you go. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Okay, so we're going to end with a quote as we do. And today's quote is for our dear Pignon. And I'm going to wait till we get a picture of it because I have to read it. And in the meantime, you still have a little bit of time to share. Thank you to Patty Larkin. Thank you to Tay Hoyle for turning dials. And thank you to everyone out there. Thank you to Gold Tone Music for supplying our M bass that we're going to give away. And thank you to Audix Microphones, Luna Guitars. Here we go. Until one has loved an animal, part of one's soul remains unawakened. I think we can all relate to that. For our little Pignon. Rest in peace. Sending love to Dana and Dennis. And we will see you next week. Thank you so much for being with us. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Imagine there's no front porch. That would not be fun. So we're back next week. We're going to have Lobelia, an amazing artist from the UK. Thanks for being with us. Front porch, front porch, front porch, yeah. Front porch, front porch, yeah. Front porch, front porch, front porch, yeah. Front porch, yeah. Oh yeah. Front porch, front porch, front porch, front porch.